Hello dear friends, I'm reporting from Slovenia, and as you can see I can still go out, although there have been restrictions on movement announced a few days ago here. So now we can only move within a county, what they call a county. It's basically within the town. The counties here are very small. So for example, my father lives about 3-4 miles away from me, but I can't visit him because he's in another county. Unless I break the law or come up with some kind of a story that it's an emergency, I need to take care of him. And this was announced 2 days ago, and I knew that it was going to be announced. There was going to be a press conference. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna make an exception here, and I'm gonna turn on the TV, just to see what they're actually saying and the way that they are saying it, just to get the vibe of it. Because up until now I was pretty much disconnected from the official side, because I feel it really decreases my frequency whenever I watch that. It kind of enters my subconscious mind, even though I don't believe it, but it still affects me. So anyway, I watched this press conference, and the guy comes up. So this was a minister in the government, what they call here interior minister. I guess that would be the equivalent of a home secretary. Basically the guy that's in charge of the police. And he comes there and he says, we're really sorry, but we decided we have to impose these new measures, these restrictions on your movement. And the reason why we have to do this is because not everyone was following our previous recommendations strictly enough. So basically it's your fault. But then he implies, now we're going to punish everyone because some of you did not follow the rules. And so the rules were, I guess, what they called social distancing. And what he said was totally unacceptable is that last weekend, when we had nice sunny weather for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, some people went out. Still not many, compared to any standards of how it normally is, but some people were outside. And so he said, we even had reports that people were sitting on benches and people were holding hands. And it's like, this is not how we're going to deal with this crisis. This is just not acceptable. And people, they were going to the mountainside and to the lakeside and to the seaside. And we can't have that. So we're going to impose these new measures for at least 2 months, possibly longer. And then he said, let me make it very clear. If now again you don't follow these rules strictly enough, we're going to impose even stricter measures. And he encouraged those who do follow the rules to report those who don't. So that's what happened. But it wasn't just what he said, it wasn't just what he said, it was just the way that he was talking to the public, as if, we're not much more than slaves. I don't know how else to call it, On a total power trip, total arrogance, even, I would say, condescending, And I have to say, I don't feel like this is my government at all, And I don't feel like I live in a free country. And not that this country or any country was ever totally free, but at least it was tolerable. And what they're doing now is just a whole different level. And to me, honestly, it feels more like an occupation, like I'm under occupation. That's what, whoa. That's what occupying armies do right? They come somewhere, they occupy the country, and then they start imposing these kinds of measures. You know, they limit the free movement, they limit free assembly, they impose curfews, maybe they start limiting free speech, like they've already started doing in some countries. Not this one yet. And what I feel is going on here is a major change in our society, you know, a fundamental change in our society. They are imposing, under the pretext of this virus, under the pretext of it, they're imposing a new society with new rules, with new norms, with a new economy, essentially a new world order, a new world order. And so for me the question is, how do I respond? You know, what do I do? At which point do I stop accepting these rules? And the answer for me was, at least at this point, that you know, the main task right now is to share information, you know, and to speak up, because we need to use the rights that we still have. I can still go out even if it's cold, and even if I haven't met anyone on the way here, I'm still going to go out, you know, and I'm not technically breaking the law, although it is a recommendation: stay at home, stay at home. But I'm exercising my right to go out. I'm exercising my right to speak and say whatever I want. I'm exercising my right to share the information that I think is relevant. And I think at this point this is the best that we can do. You know, because there might come a point, the way things are going, where we can't do these things anymore. You know, now we still have the internet, we still have social media, and no rules, no laws are yet in place that threaten us in case the system doesn't like what we're saying. So yeah, that would be my encouragement, I guess, you know, for people to get active, speak up, speak your truth in whatever way you think is beneficial. Because the more people understand what's actually going on, then the faster this thing will go down eventually, when things escalate, if things escalate. All right, that's it for me. I wish you a lovely day, and exercise your freedoms, you know. Maybe go out and hold the hand of your loved one. It looks like this is a revolutionary act these days, right? It's an act of free will and defiance to the oppression. Have a lovely day, and may you be safe. Ciao.